Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTbase.com. Welcome to our weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 13th Commitment to Traders report of 2022. And as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials positions. Before we jump to the review, just a brief reminder for those of you who are new to COT analysis, here at COTbase.com you'll find all the necessary educational material, not only in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well that will guide you through the analysis process, explain to you how you can benefit from this wonderful data. Okay, back to the review, and starting off with our first market, which will be the Japanese yen. Here we have a 25% change in commercials net positions. So commercials, as you can see on the left side of this table, large speculators to the right and then small speculators at the end. And of course, this change is based on a 52-week look back period. So we look at the net positions where they're at, and of course we compare that to the past 1 year. We have, of course, videos on that, how to calculate it. So 25% change, much greater than average. We have seen greater changes in the past, but it's definitely a large change. It is a bullish COT change signal, suggesting some strengthening in the next few days. I should point out that we have already seen a bit of a halt in this decline that's been going on early March. So this COT change signal is actually not the first. We had a larger than average change size last week as well. Moving on to the 5 years chart, you can see that not only do we have a bullish COT change signal, but we have a bullish COT Extreme, suggesting in the medium to long run, we should expect the Japanese yen to gain momentum and prices should go higher. You can see how the market reacted to these bullish COT extremes in the past, and you can conclude that these are actually effective signals. We do need to wait. Sometimes, as you may see, this signal from October was a little bit early. The market actually headed even lower, but you can see that the stress level stayed in the bullish territory. So we just need to be patient, but it's definitely going to happen. At least the COT report, that's what it suggests. Platinum is our next market, 19% change over there. Again, bullish COT change signal, but in this case, not as large. We have seen these changes in the past many times. Again, bullish, so suggesting some sort of strengthening in the next few days. The 5 years chart, again, leaning towards the bullish side. We have seen greater bullish extremes in the past. But then again, of course, we are further away from any bearish extreme. So that's platinum, not too exciting in my opinion. Gasoline, the next market, 16% change over there in commercials net positions. Really not much to talk about. Not as large of a change as the one from 2 weeks ago. This was more of a beauty. The market did go a bit lower, but you can see it bounced back up. So I think we can consider that signal to be one that was effective. Let's move on and focus our attention on large speculators and COT extreme analysis. So we're going to open South African Rand, which is on top of the list with a 223 report extreme. And that basically, this of course is a bearish COT extreme signal. You can see very clearly the levels where we were price-wise, of course, when we had that extreme in the market. And even on the 5 years chart, you can see go back to 2017, just at that top, that actually stopped this rally and actually pushed the market eventually lower. So there's a bearish extreme, quite a obvious situation, I should point out. Then again, don't forget, it's a smaller market than Euro, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar for sure. Crude oil, the next market, another energy, 159 report extreme in large speculators. So that's actually a bullish COT extreme. So traders net position analysis suggests that we can actually see crude oil gain and we could see this market at much higher prices. We'll see. It's definitely good to note that, we are not, one would think as the market rises, we should see a bearish extreme, but that's not the case. So, and, we should, respect that decision of traders. So anybody who's, in this market, could feel comfortable that the COT Extreme analysis is suggesting further rallies ahead of crude oil. Coffee is our next market, 49 report extreme over there. Of course, it's great to open these charts because then you can really understand that we were actually at a bearish COT Extreme back in February. So about a month and a half ago, that's where we were, just at that top. What a wonderful signal, by the way. We are simply moving away from that bearish extreme as the market's going lower. Is this a bullish extreme to act upon? Well, here's an example from April of 2021, so just a year ago. It wasn't a huge bullish COT extreme. Still, the market could go higher. Now, we are at a much higher priced level right now. It's hard to tell. I would say that the last major COT extreme signal is still in place, and that is this bearish extreme. If the market were to be able to get to that price level, then of course I think we may see, you know, the continuation of the bearish extremes becoming even larger, right? So basically, commercials would be increasing their net short positions, large speculators their net long. We'd reach another bearish extreme as the market heads higher. Right now, it's hard to tell which way it moves. It is a 50 report, close to 50, so 1 year COT Extreme. So if you're, you know, looking to, you know, go back and ride coffee even further up, then this may be a signal that you want to act upon, but we'll see. Anyways, there's a lot to do here at COT Base. If you want to analyze the Commitments of Traders report, you can see we offer all the COT report types, all the data types. We constructed the options only data, which I think is pretty unique and very useful. Subtracting futures data from the futures and options, we can actually have a look at and understand what options traders are doing. You can look at other data types, data sets to analyze. Of course, you can access all the market categories, dig deep into your analysis with all the tools available. If you want to look at a specific market that you trade, then of course you can easily do that as well. You can see the amount of data that we offer to you. We also have some very useful indicators that I'd like to mention. The COT Base Pro indicator, including everything you see on the website. You get website access, but you can actually download the data as well. And you can use these tools in NinjaTrader. The iCOT intraday indicator is something unique, especially for those who are interested in a more shorter time frame. It's available for NinjaTrader, CTrader, and TradingView. And as you can see on these charts that I'll show to you, very similar to COT analysis, but this is in the short time frame. So as you can see, this is gold on a 1 minute candlestick chart, and here you have our signals. This is not COT data from CFTC. It is our own indicator that we worked on for many, many years, and we really imagine that maybe one day we can see and use the tools that we're used to in COT analysis, but in the micro time frame. So I think it's a very, very useful tool that you can very well combine with the longer term usefulness of traditional COT analysis. Thank you very much for being with me in this review. I appreciate your attention as always. I wish you guys a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you in my next COT review. Take care. Goodbye.